Hello and welcome to Future's first trade recap video. Today's recap is going to be on the Euro US dollar pair, and I'm just going to go through a bit of a breakdown of how I got into this pair and how it ended and when I took profits, etc. So as this is my first video, I just wanted to explain that Future is a company that teaches people how to trade effectively in the forex markets. We offer multiple packages to our clients. These packages range from beginners all the way through to advanced traders, so we suit all markets. And if you haven't already, then please check out our Instagram page. Its tag is invfuture_. Okay, so I just quickly wanted to run through the 4-hour time frame on this pair, and as you can see, recent price action has been very bearish, and then we sort of stalled here. We broke structure a couple of times, and then we reacted from a supply zone and we started to trickle back to the downside, and then we had a push to the upside again, but I knew this was just market intent, and realistically we were still going to push to the downside as every higher time frame was bearish. Something to note as well is we teach liquidity concepts through our future technique, and you can see this sort of corrective nature to price was bound to lead to a liquidity grab, which we ended up getting here. So now I've just hopped back to the 15-minute time frame. You can see here we had a 15-minute break of structure. Okay, so we had this sort of impulsive nature in the markets following a double break of structure to the downside. But again, this was just market intent. We reacted from this area here, grabbing a bit of liquidity that was formed before creating a new low. So technically here we've had 3 break of structures to the downside, so it's enough to tell me that we're in a downtrend. So then I identified areas where we could get involved in the market. Okay, so the areas we could have got involved in the markets, the first one was here. We had a bit of liquidity and then we shot right through it in order to grab liquidity, and we pushed back to the downside. We then had a major reaction here to give us another push to the upside, which was with strong momentum, and we broke right through this area of interest and into our extreme. So as you can see as well, our extreme was always a potential target because of the liquidity built here in form of equal highs. And as we know, this is a supply area that previously stopped a large rally to the upside. We see another large rally to the upside, and we saw price starting to halt. We saw a change of character in the market, and that was an indication to me to get involved in the markets. So now we're on the 1-minute time frame, and you can see this was our extreme 15-minute area of supply, which I was going through before. And you can see that we had our first break of structure to the downside, giving us indication that the market has intent to push to the downside and respect the 15-minute supply zone. We see this corrective nature, and we had another impulse to the downside, giving us our second break of structure. As you can see here, before the push to the downside, in this corrective path here, we had a little wick to the upside to grab liquidity, which then drove us down once more. Now we know liquidity has been grabbed from this area. Price is now efficient. We look for an entry within the area where price flipped from buy to sell, and an area that grabbed liquidity. So I set a limit at this point here, the limit was triggered, and we entered the trade. So how we teach risk management through Future is through proven technique that has been adapted to suit the markets and has been trialed and tested for over a year now. And using this risk management technique, it allowed us to remove our risk early doors, but without jeopardizing our position in terms of taking us out for a break even without giving the trade breathing room. So back on the 15-minute time frame, at this point I need to find an area where I want to target for price to go to. With price being a bit indecisive recently, as you can see, price action has been pretty corrective and just ranging. I don't want to set my target to a position where it would be greedy. I needed to use what knowledge I had at the time and respect current price action. Now I've highlighted this demand zone here, which is where we had this massive impulsive drive to the upside, and this is an area we can target for our trade. Now if I just highlight our risk to reward tool, you can see that we entered with a 3-pip stop loss, and if you were paying attention in the previous clip where we were on the 1-minute time frame, we probably didn't even enter half a pip of drawdown, but it's always safer to be pretty reserved with your stop loss. And as you can see, 3 pips still generates a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 15. In other words, this is a trade that can generate 15% profit. And we actually generated this pretty quick. It was from an entry of around 1:30 on the 14th of December, and we were tagged out at 3:45 for our take profit of 15%. So I hope this was a useful trade recap video, and I just wanted to point out what the capabilities of futures techniques are. The potential is very high within this technique, and as demonstrated, entries are very pinpoint and profits can be very large in small spaces of time. I will be keeping up to date with trade recaps on the YouTube channel, and if you want to get involved in trades such as these, then please visit our Instagram page and look at the packages we have to offer for our potential members and our current members, and learn how to be able to trade profit like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.